Every Sunday, Amish families spend just a few hours cooking, then enjoy 6 days without kitchen stress. No last-minute grocery runs, no dinner time confusion, and no wasted leftovers. While the average family makes 21 food decisions a week, the Amish make just one. Step into an Amish kitchen on a Tuesday evening, and you'll notice something unusual. No rushing, no arguments over what to eat, and no one staring into an empty fridge. Most modern families deal with what experts call decision fatigue, the mental exhaustion from making too many daily choices, especially about meals. We make around 35,000 decisions each day, and food choices take up a big portion of that. By Thursday, most people are too drained to think about what to cook. The Amish solved this years ago with one simple system. They plan all meals once a week, not 3 times a day. While most families stand in the kitchen each night wondering what to eat, the Amish already have a plan, made on Sunday. Instead of deciding 21 times a week, they do it once, usually on Saturday night. But the smartest part? Amish women cook all meals for the week in one long session, about 6 to 8 hours on Sunday. That leaves them free the rest of the week. In contrast, most families spend an hour daily cooking and cleaning. The Amish method actually saves time. Food waste reveals even more. American families throw away around 40% of what they buy. That's like tossing out 2 of every 5 grocery bags. In contrast, Amish households waste less than 3%. By planning every meal ahead, nothing gets lost or spoiled in the fridge. This Amish method solves 3 common kitchen problems. 1. No more staring into an empty fridge unsure of what to cook. 2. No last-minute grocery trips for forgotten items. 3. No spending your evenings doing dishes instead of relaxing. But the biggest advantage isn't just food-related. When you cut out 21 food decisions a week, like the Amish do, your mind is freed up. You can focus on dinner conversations instead of tomorrow's meals, and help with homework without stressing over when to start cooking. There's something deeply satisfying about opening your fridge and seeing a full week of meals neatly prepared and labeled. Just like in Amish homes, no stress, no last-minute panic, and no ordering takeout because you're out of ideas. Just ready-to-eat meals when you need them. But the entire Amish system relies on one key thing: having your kitchen properly set up. Cooking a full week's worth of meals in one day takes real organization. Your kitchen counter might look like a mess. Coffee maker here, toaster there, mail stacked beside last night's dishes. Somewhere under all that is the space you actually need to cook. The first rule of Amish cooking day is strict but essential. Clear everything. Completely. Not just shifting things around, remove them entirely. Your counters must become full workspaces. That means putting away the fruit bowl, knife block, rarely used mixer, and even the plant that's somehow still alive. Everything needs a temporary home elsewhere. The only thing messier than most kitchen counters is the junk drawer no one wants to admit exists. But once your counters are clear, the real work begins. Amish kitchens run on a system so efficient, it would impress any expert. Before cooking starts, every tool is gathered in advance. It's not just convenient, it's necessary. When you're managing 6 dishes at once, pausing to search for a can opener or the right pot can ruin everything. Professional chefs call this mise en place, and Amish cooks have done it for generations. Pull out every pot, pan, slow cooker, and Dutch oven you'll need, and line them up on your cleared counters like an army ready for action. With everything in place, you won't have to leave a simmering sauce to dig through cupboards. The Amish divide their kitchens into 3 zones, a method so effective, even restaurants use it. Zone 1, prep, chopping, seasoning, measuring. Zone 2, cooking, stovetop and oven. Zone 3, storage and cooling. This setup prevents chaos and keeps everything running smoothly. A clean prep zone keeps you moving. A tidy cooking zone avoids mistakes, and a ready storage zone ensures food cools properly. Glass containers and mason jars are key. They don't hold odors like plastic, seal tightly, and show contents clearly. Setting up zones and using proper storage isn't flashy, but it's what makes cooking day a success. Most people treat meal planning like retirement. They know it's important, but keep delaying it until it becomes a problem. Amish families approach it like a business meeting. They sit down with a pencil, paper, and calendar and plan every meal for the next 7 days before buying a single item. This isn't a casual chat about maybe making soup. It's detailed. Monday breakfast, lunch and dinner, Tuesday's meals, and so on through Sunday. That's 21 specific meals written out with no guessing or waiting for inspiration at dinner time. Planning comes before shopping, and that order is crucial. When you plan first, you shop with intention. But if you shop first and plan later, you end up with a fridge full of random ingredients that don't add up to full meals. Many American families have fully stocked kitchens, yet still struggle to make dinner. Grocery stores offer over 50,000 products, but most people repeatedly buy the same 150. At least the confusion is consistent. Amish meal planning, on the other hand, is methodical. They choose recipes that share key ingredients across several meals. Items like onions, carrots, and celery appear often, by design. If they buy 10 pounds of onions, they use them all in different dishes, not letting any go to waste. This ingredient overlap saves both money and time. Instead of buying 15 different vegetables for 15 meals, they pick 5 that work across multiple recipes. This reduces grocery costs, shortens shopping time, and avoids unused ingredients spoiling in the fridge. Amish families also organize meals into 3 categories to simplify cooking day. 1. Direct reheat meals. Fully cooked on Sunday, just heat and serve during the week. 2. Slow cooker meals. The base is prepped on Sunday, and ingredients are added as needed. 3. Fresh assembly meals. Everything is prepared in advance, so final assembly takes minutes. This structure prevents the disaster of cooking all day Sunday, only to still need major prep work each night. With proper planning, weeknight meals take no more than 15 minutes. Just heat, add, or assemble. No chopping, no guesswork. Successful Amish cooks calculate exact quantities. Every onion, every pound of meat, every cup of flour, across all 21 meals. This avoids waste and those frustrating moments when you're mid-recipe and missing something. The planning takes about an hour, but it saves countless hours in grocery runs later. Once you know exactly what you need, the next step is buying it all without overspending. Buying a whole chicken instead of parts can cut your costs by about 40%, but most people don't realize it. They see chicken breasts at $8 per pound and whole chickens at $2, yet still pick the pricier option. Amish families learned long ago that whole chickens offer much more than just meat. You get breasts, thighs, wings, and bones for flavorful stock. Once you know how, breaking down a whole chicken takes just 5 minutes. One chicken can stretch into several meals. Roast dinner, chicken salad, soup from the bones, and stock for rice or gravy. In contrast, pre-cut pieces cost more and waste useful parts. Bulk buying also saves money, but requires a different mindset about storage. Large bags of flour, rice, or oats cost nearly half as much per pound as smaller ones. The trade-off is they need proper storage, or they'll spoil or attract pests. Amish families store bulk foods in metal containers with tight lids. Metal protects against moisture and bugs, keeping supplies fresh for months. After all, the only thing worse than running out of flour mid-recipe is finding it full of bugs. Hearty vegetables are the foundation of Amish cooking because they stay fresh for a week or more without losing quality. Potatoes, carrots, onions, and cabbage can sit in cool, dark storage for weeks without spoiling, unlike delicate greens that wilt in days or tomatoes that go mushy fast. When preparing meals for an entire week, durability matters more than appearance. Root vegetables are also far more affordable. A 5-pound bag of potatoes costs about the same as 2 bell peppers, but provides more meals and nutrition. Carrots stay crisp for weeks, while pricey asparagus spoil quickly. Onions add flavor to countless dishes and cost very little compared to specialty ingredients that offer limited value. Ground beef is incredibly versatile. It works in meatloaf, tacos, soups, and pasta sauce. A large roast can become pot roast one night, beef stew the next, and sandwich meat after that. Whole chickens can be turned into several completely different meals. Choosing proteins that work across multiple dishes keeps your ingredient list simple and your costs low. It's smarter to buy cuts you can use in many ways instead of specialty ones made for a single meal. For example, pork shoulder costs less than half the price of pork chops per pound, but offers more value when used right. Dried beans and lentils are also budget-friendly and nutritious, especially compared to expensive seafood or premium steaks. They make hearty meals that fill up a family. Shopping this way can feel overwhelming at first. Your cart looks like you're stocking up for a storm. The large quantities seem excessive if you're used to buying just enough for one dinner. But when you calculate cost per meal, bulk buying and multi-purpose ingredients save serious money and offer better nutrition than processed food. Dried beans take around 4 hours to cook, so they go in first thing in the morning. Amish cooking day starts before sunrise, with the longest cooking items scheduled first. Roasts need 3 to 4 hours, whole grains over an hour, and bone broth simmers 8 to 12 hours. The key is simple. Start with what takes longest and work backward. By 10 a.m., beans are halfway done, the roast is in, and broth fills the kitchen with rich aromas. Amish cooks stagger tasks for smooth timing, no chaos. All heat sources stay busy, ovens with multiple dishes, full stove tops, slow cookers, and even outdoor grills. When preparing 21 meals in a day, every burner and the kitchen timer works overtime. Base ingredients are the foundation for multiple meals during the week. Instead of cooking rice 3 separate times, Amish cooks make one large batch to use across several dishes. The same goes for beans, lentils, quinoa, and other grains. Cook once, use many times. This method saves time, energy, and ensures consistency. One pot of beans can turn into chili, soup, and a side dish. A big batch of ground beef can be split for tacos, pasta sauce, and soup base. Roasted vegetables made in bulk serve as both sides and ingredients for other meals. The key is to cook these base ingredients in large enough quantities to support multiple meals later in the week. Bone broth transforms simple meals into something rich and flavorful. Start it early and let it simmer all day while you cook. Chicken, beef, or ham bones create a nutritious base. No need to watch it constantly. Professional chefs know what many home cooks overlook. Perfect timing comes from starting early and staying organized. Amish cooks treat cooking day like a well-planned routine where every tool has a purpose. Nothing sits idle and nothing is rushed. The key isn't speed, it's efficiency. Roast vegetables while the oven's hot, chop extra onions for upcoming meals, and use your organized space to get a week's work done in one day. This smart timing leads to proper storage that keeps everything fresh and ready. Food poisoning sends 128,000 Americans to the hospital each year, often from food left out too long. Amish families avoid this with storage systems that health inspectors would praise. Every container is clearly labeled with what's inside and the date it was made, no guessing. Labels may seem unnecessary after cooking, but by day 3, you won't remember if that container holds soup or stew. Use permanent markers so writing doesn't fade. Everyone should be able to read it at a glance. They follow the first in, first out rule. Oldest food gets used first. New containers go behind the older ones. This keeps meals safe and fresh and prevents waste. The average family throws out $1,500 in leftovers yearly. Amish kitchens don't. That's enough wasted money for a vacation if you weren't always grocery shopping. A common batch cooking mistake is storing soup in one big container, forcing you to reheat it all for just 2 servings. Amish families use single portions instead. Heat only what you need. It's faster, reduces waste, and skips extra dishes with fridge-to-table containers. Food safety matters too. Hot food must cool quickly to avoid the 40 to 140 degree Fahrenheit danger zone. Smaller containers or ice baths speed cooling. Once food drops below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, it's safe to refrigerate. Good storage keeps meals fresh all week, but it only works if breakfast is planned too. The brain doesn't fully wake up until about 2 hours after getting out of bed, which is why morning decisions feel impossible. Research shows we make our worst food choices right after waking, grabbing whatever's easiest. Amish families avoid this by planning breakfasts on Sunday when they are fully alert. Overnight oats make it simple. No morning effort, better flavor after sitting overnight, and no dishes to clean. Just prep 5 mason jars with different flavors: apple cinnamon, peanut butter banana, berry vanilla. The method stays the same. Half cup oats, half cup milk or yogurt, sweetener, and mix-ins. Shake, chill, and breakfast is ready for the whole week. No morning decisions, no mess. Baking muffins in large batches turns hectic mornings into smooth routines. Making 2 dozen takes no more effort than 6, but gives you plenty of breakfast options. Use one base recipe and switch up add-ins. Blueberry chocolate chip, banana nut, or plain for variety. Freeze muffins in pairs, 2 per person, right after cooling. Just take 1 pack out the night before, and you'll wake up to perfectly thawed, fresh-tasting muffins. No rubbery microwaving, no impatient waiting. Bulk prepping breakfast protein removes the morning rush to find something filling. Cook 2 pounds of bacon, drain, and store. Scrambled eggs stay moist in large batches with a splash of cream. Breakfast sausage browns easily in bulk and freeze as well. Hard-boiled eggs are perfect grab-and-go protein. Cook 12 at once, start in cold water, boil, then let sit for 12 minutes. An ice bath stops cooking and makes peeling easier. The key to breakfast prep is simplicity. Wrap items individually and use pre-portioned containers. No morning measuring, no guesswork. The less thinking required, the smoother the routine. Making 3 soups on Sunday solves lunch for the whole week. Just freeze 2 right away to avoid eating the same one for days. Soups like chicken noodle, vegetable beef, and split pea offer variety and actually taste better after sitting overnight. Large batches are budget-friendly. 1 whole chicken can make enough soup for 2 days and still leave extra meat. Add veggies, noodles, or rice, and you've got hearty lunches for under $2 a serving, far cheaper than the $8 you'd pay at a restaurant. Freezing soup takes planning. Some ingredients don't freeze well. Noodles and potatoes get mushy, so Amish cooks freeze just the soup base and add those extras fresh when reheating. This keeps textures right and avoids that overcooked taste many reheated soups have. Baking multiple loaves of bread is cost-effective and fills the house with an irresistible smell. 4 loaves take a little more effort than 1 and cover sandwiches, toast, and soup sides for the week. Eat 1 fresh slice and freeze the rest in daily portions. Fresh bread can make even a PB&J feel gourmet. It boosts your cooking rep without needing much skill. Assembly line sandwich prep turns lunch from a daily hassle into a once-a-week task. Choose 3 fillings: egg salad, chicken salad, tuna salad, and make enough for several days. Each uses similar steps but offers different flavors. Bulk prep is cheaper and tastier than buying individual lunches. 12 eggs makes 6 sandwiches. 1 whole chicken makes enough chicken salad for 8. Homemade versions also have better ingredients and less sodium. Wrap each sandwich individually in foil or plastic right after assembly to keep bread from going soggy. This also makes mornings easier. Just grab and go. No unpacking or decisions needed. Rotating soups, sandwich fillings, and breads keeps lunch interesting without extra work. Chicken noodle with fresh bread on Monday, tuna on Tuesday, veggie beef soup Wednesday, and egg salad Thursday. It's efficient, flexible, and perfect for busy families. Life happens, even for Amish families. Someone gets sick, guests show up, or schedules shift. The difference between stressed and prepared families is having backup meals ready. A freezer stash is your safety net. Pre-made soups last for months, properly wrapped bread stays fresh for weeks, and cooked meats like meatballs or ground beef thaw quickly in a pinch. Dinner emergencies always come when you're least ready. Frozen meals make sure you're never caught off guard. Portion stretching techniques turn small amounts of food into full meals. 1 cup of leftover chili can feed 4 when combined with rice, beans, and veggies. Half a soup container becomes dinner when bulked up with pasta or potatoes. These methods don't cut nutrition. They make ingredients go further. Rice, pasta, and potatoes absorb flavors and add volume. A little meat or sauce stretches more when served over a base. These low-cost staples turn light portions into satisfying meals. Emergency pantry staples turn basics into full meals when fresh food runs out. Canned tomatoes, pasta, and cheese can make marinara, baked ziti, or tomato soup. Add onions or meat for extra flavor and heartiness. Rice, beans, and canned veggies offer cheap nutrition. With flour and baking powder, you can make quick breads, biscuits, or pancakes, perfect for turning simple meals into satisfying ones. Basic biscuits need just flour, baking powder, salt, and milk, and bake in 15 minutes. Cornbread made from cornmeal, flour, eggs, and milk pairs perfectly with chili or stew. These simple skills turn food shortages into small setbacks. When you can stretch portions, use pantry staples, and bake fresh bread, running out of planned meals doesn't mean panic. It means getting creative. The Amish cooking day is more than meal prep. It's a system for saving time, money, and stress. One focused day sets you up for 6 days of easy meals and more family time. Stop making 21 food decisions a week. Make just one.